Love to say Gasparilla. It's Florida International versus Temple in the Gasparilla Bowl betting preview from offshoreinsiders.com, brought to you by Joe Duffy's Picks. A nice 3-1 performance last night. We've got Temple versus Florida International side and total led by a wise guy play. We've got 3 college basketball. Yes, the first does get underway at 2:30 Eastern Time, but the rest at 9 o'clock Eastern Time or later. Both of those are on ESPN2. And it's all at offshoreinsiders.com. Simply put, from the greatest handicapper in the history of the business. Yes, I work harder year-round than anyone else, but especially in the months of December and March, forget it. There is no sleep, and we just continue to rock and roll the greatest bowl handicapper of all time. And here is a free preview of the Temple and Florida International game. We'll have an NBA free pick coming up in a moment. Temple laying 7. A little bit of juice, though, towards Florida International, with 7 minus 106. 57.5 is the total. Conference USA Bulldogs of +7 or more, 15-7 against the spread. That would benefit FIU. FIU is playing in-state, traveling 206 miles to 945 for Temple. And it will be Florida International type weather, 82 degrees with 74% humidity. The wind nor precipitation should be a factor. Temple below average on offense, getting just 3.9 yards per rush. The team's normally allowing 4.6 and 7.1 passing yards per attempt to 7.8. The Owls have been excellent on defense, though, holding teams to 0.3 yards per rush and 0.7 yards per pass, below their normal average. Florida International slightly above average offensive numbers, but they allow teams to get 0.40 yards per rush and 0.2 yards per pass above that normal average. We don't think motivation should be an issue, which is usually what you want to look at. One of the first things you want to look at when it comes to these minor bowls. As the Owls, first time ever, they're playing in 3 straight bowl games, but they lost their first 2, so they're certainly motivated to win this one. However, Florida International playing in-state and 4-8 straight up last season. This is not a consolation bowl for either one. Temple finished the season strong, 32.75 points per game in their final 4 after averaging just 20.88 before that. Florida International, number 1 in red zone offense in the entire country, scoring on 39 out of 40 possessions. This is a very rare case of Vegas offshore and outlaw consensus plays, though, on the underdog. Florida International, very modest consensus play on the over. As you know, the public usually loves overs by a significant margin, and certainly favorites, but this is an anomaly to each. You know, it is, as I said, normally much bigger consensus on the over and normally a consensus play on the favorites, but this is not the case here. All trends are sponsored and vetted by offshoreinsiders.com. Make sure you get those thoroughly vetted sports books from offshoreinsiders.com, and all the records that we do quote are against the spread. And remember, though, those thoroughly vetted sportsbooks are at offshoreinsiders.com. Temple 14-3 on field turf, 38-13 after allowing less than 170 yards passing in their previous game, 1-5 off a straight-up win. Florida International, though, 11-2 after scoring more than 40 points in their previous game. Temple has gone over 5 straight. Florida International has gone over 4 straight. We do have a free sports pick for you. Road favorites off a loss under specific circumstances. 6-11, 483, and 17 in the NBA. Road favorites, despite having an inferior straight-up record, 176, 146, and 3. Road favorites with a winning percentage of 300 or less are 113, 84, and 5. Your free winning pick is to go with Memphis minus the 1.5 against Phoenix. Once again, Memphis minus the 1.5 against Phoenix in the NBA. You like this free information? Please like, share, comment, subscribe. This tells us you want more free information. The experts say it will help us get exposure. So again, if you want more free information, all you have to do is click like, share, comment, and please make sure you do subscribe, whatever platform you're watching this on. And if you're listening to the podcast simulcast, please, on iTunes or Stitcher, give us a positive rating and a nice review. That will help us out.